Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. For this week's video, I thought I'd do something a little different. This is going to be kind of a tutorial. I've been practicing trees lately. The trees that I've been drawing have been looking kind of flat, so I thought I would take some time to practice making them look more like trees and giving them some more depth. So right now I'm just sketching a tree from a photo reference. I've been, like I said, I've been working for some time now on trying to get my trees to look a little bit better. So I found this, technique that involves using a lighter marker and then a darker tone marker to kind of create shapes and shadows within the tree. And I found that it's given me pretty good results. Like, my trees definitely look a lot better. At the very least, they don't look as flat as they did. There's a little more life to them, if you will. So you'll see in a minute. I'm just finishing up the sketch here. I'm just drawing kind of like these rough leaf foliage outline shapes of the tree. Making sure that I'm not making anything too symmetrical or too even, because very few trees are symmetrical and even. Just adding some more leaf shapes here and little clusters, and I'm gonna finish up the trunk here. Just want to extend that up a little bit more and add a few more branches here and there. So now I'm just going to grab my lighter marker first, and I'm going to start kind of just placing these marks here and there where I'm seeing, lighter areas in my reference. So I'm just going to kind of start laying these in and kind of get an idea of where these lighter areas should be versus the darker areas. I'm going to switch to the darker marker in a minute. Just adding a few more little marks here and there. I know it looks kind of weird. I felt the same way when I first started doing this, but trust me, the end result will look a lot better. So I'm just going in here and there. Now I'm going to grab my darker marker, and now I'm going to start doing the same thing, but I'm going to place these darker marks in the areas that are more in shadow. So the bottom part of the leaves here, and then the side of the trunk that is facing away from the light source. So one of the things that I've learned while I've been working on my trees is that usually the middle of the tree is usually the darkest part, obviously, because not as much light gets through. So I'm going to start making the inner portion of the tree a little darker. I'm going to add some more darker lines here, and I'm gonna switch back and forth between this dark tone marker and my lighter tone marker, just because I'm still kind of working on this technique, so I'm still not really sure where like all the midtones and all the dark tones should go first. So I kind of still need to switch between. But again, as you can see, I'm adding the darker marks to the trunk of the tree. I'm adding a few more leaves here and there, or leaf shapes, I should say. And in a little bit, I'll switch over to the mid-tone marker once I get a few more darker areas filled in for some contrast. So just filling that in. All right. More darker areas here. Just add a dark edge to that side of the trunk. Okay, and I'm going to switch to the mid-tone again, and now we're going to add the lighter tone to the trunk. This is where it's getting a little more light, so it's not as dark. And you can already see now, like, the trunk of the tree and the branches are already, they already have a little more dimension to them. Which again, like I said, is really what I've been trying to accomplish with my trees, because they've been very flat looking. So I'm trying to make them, again, more tree-like. So again, just making some more of these like squiggly leaf foliage shapes to just show the clusters of leaves, because obviously I'm not going to draw every single leaf. It would look weird anyway. So just drawing a few more leaf shapes here and there. I'm going around. It's starting to get some feeling. So I've really been enjoying this technique. I actually think I saw this on a YouTube video. I'm not sure which, and now you'll see it. You see, I just switched to my darker marker, so now I'm starting to go over some of the areas where I added my mid-tone. I'm kind of going over them a little bit more to add some more contrast and some more shadow shapes. But yeah, like I was saying, I think I saw this. I came across a video on someone else's YouTube channel that demonstrated this technique, and I thought, no, I'll give that a shot. Why not? Now I'm kind of just doing these little like squiggly random shapes to kind of indicate the leaves, the texture of the tree. Just kind of going back and forth. Again, I'm making the center of the tree darker than the rest of it because, as I said, you know, that's typically the part of the tree that doesn't get as much light. Now we're going back to the mid-tone and doing a few more of those squiggly shapes with my mid-tone color to add some of the lighter areas where it's getting a little bit more light than the middle of the tree is. And as you can see, as I'm adding these squiggly lines in, the tree is starting to take shape. Like it's starting to look more like a tree. So I've been working on this for a little while now. Granted, I'm not by any means an expert, but I'm definitely liking the results that I've been getting with this technique. It's definitely helped my trees look way better, way more dimensional. Just even now, as you can see, as I keep adding these little shapes to indicate the leaves and the textures, you can already see that this tree is starting to look more realistic. So now I'm going to go in with my darker tone to add some more contrast and some more shadow in there. And as you can see, it's really making the drawing pop. Fill out some more of these areas here towards the bottom where it's a little darker as opposed to on the outside edges, I should say. Some more shadow around the trunk and the branches. And now we're gonna fill in some more of these random darker areas in the middle towards the outside. Now we're gonna go back and do some of the lighter parts of the tree towards the top where it's maybe getting some more sunlight than it would at the bottom. But you see, I've nearly got the tree filled in, and it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the way that this is looking. Again, it's much more dimensional. It's got depth. The branches and the trunk you can see pop a little more. And even just the tree itself, the leaves and all of that, you can see how they really stand out, and they have there's clearly like a 3D effect that kind of makes it look more real. Now I'm just adding in like a little random branch there that you can kind of maybe see poking through in some of the lighter areas where there may not be as many leaves. And I'm adding another branch, a few more of those squiggly lines to indicate some more leaves and some more texture. And just about finishing up, just adding a few more details here. Defining that trunk a little more, defining these branches a little more. But yeah, so this is the technique that's been working for me. If you guys are having the same issues that I'm having with making your trees look more tree-like, I highly recommend this technique. I'm definitely getting good results. I'm gonna keep working on it to make it better. But yeah, that's it. And hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys.